Hey everyone, it's Kwame Snow, and this is the Grovie Movies podcast. And today, this is episode 1, yay! And I'm going to talk about Christmas movies because it is Saturday, December 12th, 2020, and guess what? That means it's almost Christmas. And this is like the time of year when you turn on the TV and there's probably a Christmas movie or Christmas special episode on, and I actually really do love those Lifetime Christmas movies, and I also love regular Lifetime movies. My friend and I used to love watching them because they're kind of campy and hilarious, in a so bad it's good way, but I remembered we'd get together and just watch them and laugh them, and we'd joke about how we like them better than the Hallmark movies because the regular Lifetime movies would have more action in them. But now, the Lifetime Christmas movies don't really have that much action. They're kind of formulaic, there's this lady who's really successful and empowered, and then she comes back to her little hometown, and it's like, oh, you know what? Home is where the heart is. I don't have to go back to that fancy city and have that career as long as I have my friends and family, and I feel the Christmas spirit. But, besides Lifetime movies, when you think about classic Christmas movies, of course, maybe what comes to mind is A Christmas Carol and It's a Wonderful Life, and I feel like they're kind of similar, George Bailey and Scrooge, they learn how to not be so grinchy, as you might say, and then they get into the Christmas spirit also. So maybe that was the original template for those Lifetime Christmas movies. But I really love It's a Wonderful Life and A Christmas Carol, and I think it's kind of perfect that, in one of the Christmas Carol movies, Jim Carrey plays Scrooge, because, he also played the Grinch, and he did an amazing job. That Grinch movie with Jim Carrey is amazing, and also the 30-minute, well, it's more like 21 minutes without commercials, that classic Christmas Grinch short. Oh my goodness, yes, it's amazing. And there's a new Grinch movie, or a newer one, with Benedict Cumberbatch, which I actually haven't seen the whole thing yet, but it looks like it's really beautifully animated, and I don't know, I kind of like that there's different versions of the Grinch, even though it's the same story. I don't know, sometimes I enjoy random adaptations like that. It's different ways to view the same story, and different art and perspectives, even though it's telling the same story. I don't know, I enjoy adaptations. And also another classic Christmas movie is Home Alone, and I think I overheard on the TV or somewhere one day, and someone was like, well, Home Alone doesn't have to be a Christmas movie, because if this happened at any other time besides Christmas, it would still pretty much be the same thing. And that kind of was like, what? I've never thought of it that way before, but I guess it could be. Maybe it isn't really a Christmas movie. But I don't know. I still think that Home Alone is a Christmas movie, because I also think that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, because, it's mostly about a Christmas party that gets crashed by Hans Gruber, but I don't know. I love Die Hard. I think I tried, the squeeze the carpet with your bare feet toes when I was feeling kind of, nauseous and woozy. I don't remember if it worked or not. I guess it did, because I feel pretty good right now. But yeah, so some people are like, Home Alone is not a Christmas movie, or Die Hard's not a Christmas movie, because it just happens to take place in Christmas. But I think they're Christmas movies because they're about Christmas events. But that's an argument right there. Another Christmas movie I love is, Love Actually. And they joke that Love Actually is pretty much Pulp Fiction for girls. And I love both movies, and I can kind of see where they're coming from, because even though Love Actually is told in chronological order, whereas Pulp Fiction isn't, is that they both consist of interconnected stories. You have Love Actually, where it's oh, this character knows this character, and it's pretty much the same in Pulp Fiction. They tell the individual stories, oh, this is the Marcellus Wallace story, and it's connected to all the other stories. But in Love Actually, I don't remember all their characters' names, because there's so many characters to keep track of in both Pulp Fiction and Love Actually, so please bear with me if I just name the actors. You find out that Colin Firth's character is actually friends with Keira Knightley's character, and that Laura Linney's character works for Hans Gruber. No, I'm kidding. She works with Alan Rickman's character, and I don't know. I love that how first they just show you all these vignettes and individual stories, and it's well, what does this have to do with anything? Kind of in Pulp Fiction, it's well, what does freaking John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson talking about cheeseburgers have to do with you know, Ving Rhames and Bruce Willis' story, and then you put it all together, and Mia Wallace, Uma Thurman. See, I'm getting my characters and actors mixed up again. But I don't know, like sometimes I'll watch a movie and I'll be like, oh look, it's Brad Pitt. It's like, oh, you mean Achilles? And I'm like, right. And like some movies I'm like so on top of it, like, yes, I know that, you know, he plays that character and that character, but some other movies I just don't make the effort. I'm like, oh look, it's you know, Jessica Alba in Fantastic Four. I don't remember her Fantastic Four name, so it's a movie podcast, but prepare for a lot of actor confusion from me, because that's what I do. And, of course, another great Christmas movie that I love is Elf, and oh, it's so adorable. You know, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend Elf. And, of course, all the Christmas movies I'm talking about here, because Christmas is my favorite holiday, and I love Christmas movies in general, even, as I said, those Lifetime Christmas movies. But, yeah, you know, you have, and, like, actually, Elf was one of the first Will Ferrell movies I saw when I was a kid, and I was thinking that maybe that was typical of him to make kid-friendly movies. And then I got older, and I found out about, like, Anchorman and Step Brothers, and I found out about, like, his SNL career, and yes, Will Ferrell is freaking hilarious. I love most of his movies. I haven't seen them all, but maybe I will get to them someday. And also, A Christmas Story. Now, that is a Christmas movie right there. And I don't know, I didn't see it till I was like a teenager, young adultish, because my friend was like, what? You have not seen a Christmas movie? A Christmas Story. We're going to watch it. So I watched it, and then I found out, like, well, how come everyone was quoting it, like, oh, triple dog dare you, or whenever he, like, Santa pushes the main character, see, I forgot his name, down the slide, and he's like, ho, 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 and I thought, oh my goodness, it was great. And then, yep, I don't want to spoil A Christmas Story that much. It's adorable. And they're not really Christmas movies, but I love those television specials, like the stop-motion Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and the Frosty the Snowman, and, of course, the Grinch, which I was talking about earlier. And there was another one. I forgot about. Oh, yeah, how could I forget about it's a Charlie Brown Christmas. I don't know, I guess because I was thinking about Charlie Brown as, like, a television show based off of the comic strip. And I was like, maybe that's, like, you know, the Christmas episode, but it does feel kind of like a movie. Well, I mean, some shows feel like movies, like Game of Thrones. That's not very Christmassy. But, yes, that's my take on some Christmas movies. I know I probably missed a whole bunch of Christmas movies, but what you gotta do, it's what I do. So, yes, that's the conclusion of episode 1 of Groovy Movies, Christmas movies. I wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Boxing Day, whatever you happen to celebrate around this time of year, and also Happy New Year. Thank you for listening. Bye.